we'll call our meeting to order. This is a special call meeting of council. At this time, we'll have our invocation. Please stand. Bow your head. Lord, we just praise you so much for your kind intentions toward us and your hand of protection on our community. We thank you for blessing us with your spirit during our meeting today, and we pray that our decisions will be in accordance with your will. Forgive our sins, Lord, and bless our actions today. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, we'll have the pledge. If you'll join me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, this time we'll hear any public comment. Having no public comment, we'll move into our business. We will have one item to consider during our special call meeting today. It's our upcoming 4th of July event. We'll make a motion to bring this issue to the table. We're deciding whether or not to have our 4th of July event today.
So
have a motion by Councilman Haygood. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Burgess. This time we'll have discussion. And I'll say that we did send out some information to all council. We've tried to look into the different aspects of our event upcoming and look at different risks, community-wise, town-wise, that kind of thing. So we also posted that on social media to try to make the community aware that there are issues in consideration of this event. So, do we have any other comments?
Mayor, if I may, the event generally consists of the car show as well as fireworks, and I know that car show is typically ran by our fire department, and I'd be curious to know their thoughts on do they intend to, if council decides to go forward with the event, would they still be looking to do the car show, or would it be fireworks only? And I would address that too. I guess the fire chief or whoever can answer that.
You only got, what, 3 days ago? 4 days?
Yes. Steve?
I guess I'm looking for, would y'all be willing to do it, yes or no? Or
Yes.
Okay. Y'all would be willing to do it if we can pull that off. I've got a couple quick questions regarding the information that was sent out. It's my understanding that there's in the email correspondence that there was a issue with being able to obtain the fireworks, and if I understood correctly, that the folks we had scheduled to do the display had canceled due to that not being able to get fireworks. Is that accurate?
Yeah, we had, in the past we've used pyrotechnics, and because it was going to be on the 4th, their price was going to be well outside our budget, so we arranged to do it with another vendor that was within our budget, and so that vendor is not, has told us that they're not able to get fireworks because of restrictions on imports from China.
I understand. Just a quick, a couple phone calls this morning. There's several fireworks shows that are still going on, including Ware shows, I believe Homeland Park, Rock Springs, Walhalla, and I think Whitefield moved theirs. That's just kind of the ones that I'm aware of that are fairly local. I made a phone call to Carolina Fireworks in Easley, South Carolina. I spoke with a lady by the name of Kathy Burgess, and no relation, by the way, don't know her. But she said that she was unaware of any kind of shortage. There was plenty of fireworks locally with a lot of different places. And she gave us a budget, said they would be willing to do it if we cannot get a vendor to do it. And that budget would include roughly $5,000, at which $1,000 would be for LLR permits and insurance, a $200 late fee because they require that from the South Carolina LLR. Should have been filed or planned earlier. $800 shooter fee and roughly $3,000 for fireworks, which would be a total of $5,000, and that would be a Class C fireworks display that's comparable to Whitefield Baptist Church. They're the supplier for the majority of folks, including, I believe, Mr. Drake, who we've used in the past, and several others that do that sort of thing. They're a wholesaler, but they also do these particular events like that as well. Our normal budget, I think, maybe our clerk can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's generally around 10K for fireworks. So that, they have offered, she said that she would need to know something today by 2 o'clock. But they would be more than willing to do that on the 4th as scheduled for about half the cost that we normally spend on the fireworks display. Again, that's a Class C fireworks display. They don't go up quite as high as you would see in some of your larger fireworks displays, but it's we've had Class C's here before that turned out very well, and I know that Whitefield's one of those that a lot of folks like to go and attend, and they say it's a really good event. I will say that our annual fireworks display is obviously a great opportunity to provide something positive for our citizens that, and so far, the 2020, we've had a lot taken away, and a lot of negative impacts to them this year. It also has a big impact on our local economy. I've talked to several restaurateurs who said that's the biggest day they have for the season. So, it could be a big hit for folks here in Williamston. It could be a big boost for our local economy. Obviously, I want to make sure that whatever we do, that people are being safe. They're socially distancing. There's no way really to control that, curb it, but we certainly, if we do decide as a body to go forward with the event, that we strongly encourage people to definitely take precautions. I'm not quite as concerned with it being an outdoor event as I would be an indoor event. We've got plenty of room and space available to socially distance and do that and be able to get out of the house and spend some quality time with their family. I think that's important for our community as well. There's a couple factors. Number one is the fire department willing to do their car show, and we've answered that in the affirmative. The second thing is obviously Ace Hardware, and their property is what's used for the car show. Are they willing to do that? I haven't spoken with that property owner, but I think that's going to be important.
He called me and asked me if we had been,
Did he lead you to believe one way or the other whether he would allow that to happen?
He would allow that to happen.
Okay. So I think those are a couple of important variables in our making our decision.
Just a second. I think he would allow that as long as the town takes the liability. We usually have an agreement with them. As long as he has no liability, he would allow it.
Yeah, that's correct. And I read the information from our town attorney, as well as the information from the municipal association. And keep in mind, anytime you have attorneys involved, they're always going to err on the side of caution. And obviously, we could be sued. The town could be sued for anything. I will say that if you have an event that's not mandatory to attend, people have the option to attend, particularly those who are at risk, highly at risk. I'm not an attorney. I'm certainly not licensed to practice law, but I think that you having that option to attend or not to attend certainly mitigates our risk to some extent.
Could you comment on that?
If to get into those types of scenarios, I believe would be legal advice. It would be best staying in executive session, just because I don't want to give, if nothing else, I don't want to give the other side any ideas.
Okay. Well, at this point, I'll make a motion that we'll go into executive session to get legal advice from our attorney.
I'll second.
Have a second. All in favor?